What is going on, everyone? My name is Boyd and I'm back with some more Age Mythology. The Titans action spawning on the left side of the map in the red color, playing as Ra. His name is Mage. His opponent today in the blue color, playing as Zeus. His name is Hagrit. The map is Watering Hole, and this is a best of 3 for the Challengers League. It's currently 1-0 for Mage, taking that first game on Ghost Lake very convincingly. I mean, not really super convincingly, but convincingly enough. Now we're into game number 2. Hagrit's got to win this one, otherwise he's throwing away a really solid chance at taking this top spot in the league. Now, Mage has dropped 1 game this league. Hagrit's dropped none. So if Hagrit loses to Mage, he'll have to win every other game and then hope that his plus minus takes out Mage. Hope that there's actually, sorry, let me correct myself. If Hagrit loses this game to Mage, then he has to hope that he finishes the season with the same score as Mage. Plus, there's also a third person to finish on that score as well for the plus minus to come into contact. But if Hagrit loses this game to Mage, and Mage is first tied with Hagrit at the end of the season, then Mage will go through because he would have won the head-to-head, so to speak. So some very, very interesting things on the line here. We are on Watering Hole, so it is definitely, well, this is a Mage selection here. He's the Ra player, and he loves his Watering Hole. He loves his Anatolia, all those those Egyptian favored maps. However, Hagrit is a random god player, and he did actually roll possibly the best god to play against Ra on this map. Arguably, Zeus is that god because it's nice and defensive. You get to the late game. If you can get there fast enough and do the build well enough and slow down the Egyptian player, make sure the Egyptian player cannot get their third town center too easily, then you are in it with a very good chance with those Myrmidon, with the Apollo, with the Underworld attacks. It's really difficult for Ra to deal with that late game. Colossus as well. It can be a very skillful late game situation for both players to actually have to endure here. Let's check out the map here. Luckily enough, both players, the water's not going to come in too much of a threat in this game. Sometimes we see this water being very, very painful in the late game, or even the early late game, where people put a dock up, get that upgrade to make the naval auxiliaries upgrade, and then they can siege onto these towns. They are out of range, so no problems there. We also have a Staff of Dionysus up in this corner, a relic that is incredibly good, but not going to be grabbed. Hagrid not being careful with these pigs. He should have sent him back the way he came, but he's actually going to run them straight past Mage here. And we do also see the Dwarven Calipers here. That's actually a decent relic for the Egyptian player to use here. We do see him. Oh, he's going to lose the pigs. He has not noticed. Oh, that's unfortunate. And that is life there. Catascopus does run in, sees the back goal line. This map is incredibly good for Mage. This is, if you're after like a perfect Egyptian map, you are looking at it. Back gold mine, Sentry Tower on the gold mine, second town center, very close to everything else, right next to the wood, right next to a large gold mine. Cannot ask for anything better than that if you are a Ra player. Not only that, there's this town center here. It's relatively close to your base, as opposed to, say, this one, which, while it is closer to Hagrid's base than it is to Mage's base, it's in the middle of nowhere, or it's kind of like in the middle of the map. All that being said, this is actually a good town center for Hagrid to take first if he wants to go for a fast second town center here, which is technically the meta play. We do see Athena coming through. A little bit of a risky move, because the ceasefire is so helpful when the Egyptian player is pushing. However, it's also a really strong god power to be using. Plus, it also gives you those unique infantry upgrades for the late game to make your units super, super strong to deal with everything there. There's Star coming through for Mage. Mage moving on to this town center. No surprises there. Hagrit, on the other hand, He's got 300 gold in the bank. He's making his Jason and Odysseus. He's going to move forward to this town center. So no surprises there. Should get his 300 wood as well. And then he'll be able to grab this location, start hunting away, and start doing those things. So he's leaving a villager on the temple though. I'm not sure what that's for. Maybe he feels like he needs a little bit more favor than otherwise, but not doing that. And then we do see the walls coming up. I think that Mage is a little bit scared of this Athena, because Athena does tip off that you could be potentially getting rushed, which is a big thing. So this is a lot of gold that Mage is throwing down here, which he otherwise probably wouldn't have to do. The Minotaur going to be hitting this as well. These walls going up very fast. It's just a lot of gold. So this is going to slow down Mage's heroic age actually quite a bit. If Mage goes for a rain heroic age here, if he just eats the pigs and does technically a hunt upgrade there, he'll be totally fine. We just see the Wadget here going after the Minotaur, but the Odysseus in to start slinging away, picking that one off. Now with this wooden wall here, actually, you can pick this wall off quite fast if Hagrit knew. Okay, he doesn't know. Well, he obviously knows. He knows everything about this game, but maybe it is going down at the right amount of damage. I don't know. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter at all. And there's the wooden wall. Gets picked off. And there we go. Second town center's up for Hagrit. Let's see what he's going to do behind this. He's got no military buildings getting thrown up just yet. So just booming here. Maybe going to think about getting a third town center. Sometimes we see that, but that's more of a Hermes style, because you need the ceasefire for the timing push that like someone would use. And Mage is actually throwing up farms now, so he's been completely thrown for a curly whirly here on this map here by the Athena, and this build order does not look as clean at all as his last game's one here. Now the Odysseus in here going to be pushing off that large gold mine, forcing these villagers over here. And in fact, this gold mine, while it's very safe here, it's not as safe as it actually seems. But Hagrit going to be leaving it for the time being, as these walls going to get put back up. We still don't have military buildings for Hagrit, and there we go. The armory going up could be just like a fast mythic or 2 town centers. It's not a bad play here at all, but again, no Hermes is definitely a risk. But with Mage's delayed build here, it may be fine. The armory's not even up for Mage either, so he's in complete panic mode. But okay, fair enough. And I guess Hagrid's just reading this quite well. He's not doing any strategies here. He's just like all on top of it. So much hunt as well on the map for him to just eat and get his way there. If we check out his resources, he's got the resources to advance. Let's see if he goes Apollo or if he goes Dionysus again. Still not clicking advance though. The armory is finished. There's the Apollo coming through now. So no, that's fine. So I mean, it could just be. This is actually quite a position to be in. Nobody knows about that gold mine at the top of the map here, right in this tree line here. But an underworld attack here with a couple of Colossus, plus some Hoplite, plus a Bellerophon, right on like, I don't know, 12 minutes, maybe not defensible given Mage's situation, because he's got restoration as well. You have to remember, we still don't see any military buildings going. Oh, I tell a lie. There's the military buildings going down for Hagrid now. He's making an archery range and a military academy here. But I don't see any other reason to just be 2 town centers and being in the heroic age. Hathor coming in right now. It's about 60% behind, 70% behind the heroic age of Hagrid. There's Apollo. And do we see an instant market going up? Here's the question. More houses going up. We don't see any units coming out of that. Has a lot of resources, and the market is probably going to get built fairly. There it is. So this is going to be that fast mythic here. And Mage just about to hit the heroic age. He's throwing up a second monument. He's got to know that this is incoming. There's no other logical strategy that Hagrid could be doing There's a couple of possible strategies, like for example, like just pure hoplite from one military academy right when he advanced to the classical age with that that heroic timing, and then you hit an Apollo. It's a bit weak, but it's possible. But who knows here? Who knows? Hephaestus is the god of choice. The question is going to be, does Mage just go straight to the Mythic Age as well and have at least some sort of a semblance of dealing with the Colossus that's going to come, plus the Underworld? Do we see a Pegasus coming out is the other question. We don't. We've got the Rock coming through. Mage did a lot of damage with this in past games, so we'll see if he can do something like that again. The Hoplite's coming out. We see another military academy here and a third military academy, so this is looking like it's going to be a very all-in kind of infantry push. And we have similar as last time, Chariot Archer Cavalry coming through for Mage. He's going to be looking for some raids here to hit Hagrit, and this Rock is going to fly straight past these gold villages looking for the home base of Hagrit, and he will see that these gold mine villages are here, so this is going to be a bit of a risky locust. He may hit every single one of them, but he may hit none of them as well. Often does happen, and now we do see these cavalry coming out right now doing their thing. These villagers will have to retreat away. There's the locust swarm, gets 2 villager pickoffs. There's the bolt onto the Petsukos. That's a really good situation there, really good outcome for Hagrit, only losing 1 villager, or losing 2 villagers if he's not careful, and that's obviously very good. We do see the cavalry have spotted these villagers. Hephaestus comes through. Plenty Vault will come down into this base, and do we see an instant Colossus, or are we just going to go for the armory? Or not, and switching into Myrmidon? No, not switching into Myrmidon just yet. Going to stick with those hoplites. There's the Pegasus coming in, and if we check out the resources here, Mage's got enough to go to the Mythic Age himself, and he's clicked Osiris. So there's a minute and a half timing here before the Mummy comes out, before Son of Osiris comes out. But because Mage has done this build here, Hagrid doesn't even need to hit this timing. Because Mage is just sitting 2 town centers as well. Hagrid's completely fine here. He gets Forge of Olympus out, and he's totally fine. There's the Forge of Olympus coming in, and there is the Underworld Passage. And if we check out Mage's resources, he doesn't have that much gold at all, and we still have a restoration to come. There's a lot of Chariot Archers here, eyeing off those hoplites, taking them down very fast. Villagers moving in onto this one. The Colossus still not able to get over here. We do see the Manticore trying to take down the Chariot Archers. Still no restoration coming out. Those mercenary cavalry going after the Toxotes there. There's the restoration, helping out quite a bit to finish off this town center. Shifting Sands comes in, brings a lot of those units into this location. Hagrid got to be pulling them back, and then Hagrid can move over onto the Migdol Stronghold here, getting a lot of very good picks here. But Mage is 75% Osiris. He's probably going to lose this Migdol Stronghold as well, as these more units will be able to pile in. There's heavy hoplites as well coming in. This is a really strong push here from Hagrid, taking down this Migdol Stronghold very, very fast. And we're going to see the Odysseus needs to start targeting down the Pharaoh, because that's going to be extra damage done onto a Son of Osiris, which I think Hagrid realizes. There's the Osiris coming in. The priest's going to come over, try and heal up the Pharaoh just a little bit. The Mummy's coming straight for the Colossus though. Hagrid not paying attention to it, going to be losing that one. You cannot lose your Colossus here for free, but he does. And the Odysseus still chasing the Pharaoh away, who's going to get garrisoned in there. And Hagrid going all in on this and doing so much damage. If he can get out a Bellerophon here as well, then that Son of Osiris is not going to be that safe at all. We do see the Mummy trying to take down the Manticore. It's going to be actually close with whether he can get the special ability off or not, and he does manage to take the Manticore down as well before dying. And there is the Son of Osiris. Hagrid taking down a lot of villages while this is all going on, as his Hoplite do so much damage. But there is the Son of Osiris. And do we have the Bellerophon coming just yet? No. Jason coming out, Odysseus coming out, still no Bellerophon. Hagrid may have to just leave this one, cut his losses, take the middle town center, and give this location, just because he doesn't have all that much that he can pick off the Son of Osiris with. But then again, the population here for Mage is not that high, but neither is it for Hagrit either. The Migdol Stronghold's coming back up. Siege Works coming up as well. And Hagrit is opting to make a run for it now, as he's going back into his underworld passage here. So not a bad situation for Hagrid to be in. Just hopefully he doesn't overcommit here and lose too much, because he's grabbing that third town center in the middle of the map here. He's going to be walling in Mage, and Mage has actually got no easy second gold mine. He has, well, someone has spotted this. I think the camel caravans have spotted this for Mage. He started his trade route, so he's going to have quite a bit to do. There's the Bellerophon though, so now Hagrid can start moving in and doing a bit more damage, though these axemen are very difficult to deal with. The Bellerophon is here going to jump straight onto that Son of Osiris. I imagine does like 100 hack damage or something crazy. Oh, but the nice movement from the Son of Osiris. A nice micro does dodge that special ability there. But Hagrid is starting to get armory upgrades. He didn't leave this attack at all. He's got Forge of Olympus, so those are bronze upgrades now to nothing else. And we do see the Son of Osiris duking around, dodging everything. He does have Apollo, so he can retreat back to a temple with this Bellerophon, get him healed back up before he comes back in. And we see this, the Bellerophon just runs in, going to do so much. Pegasus taking some fire here for some reason, as Hagrid is just all over Mage as this game is going on. And Mage is just doing everything he possibly can to live. Nice micro to pull the Son of Osiris in here. And the Bellerophon does get picked off though, but 400 gold, 6 favor. It's all it costs. Hagrid doesn't have the resources to get it back. Funnily enough, he does have the resources for Temple of Healing, which means he could have got it back if he wanted to, but not happening. And we do see nice micro yet again from the Son of Osiris, getting so much value here. Villagers moving over here to get this one back up as the villagers getting picked off. They will have Skin of the Rhino, I'm sure, which means they die very slowly, but with these units getting full bronze, starting to get their iron upgrades as well, I assume. Yeah, iron weapons coming through. As champion infantry as well. Hagrid playing this one very nicely. He's not all-inning on this at all, like just flooding units. He's actively getting those upgrades and playing it nicely. And we do see no fourth town center just yet for Hagrid. He's still pumping out those heroes. There's another Bellerophon coming in, and this town center is just about to come up, but Hagrid has got such a commanding position. He can now switch his attention over to this trade route or this side of the map over here. He can push through here and take down the houses and go for something else. This gold mine's only got 1,000 gold left in it. Wouldn't be a bad idea to possibly throw a fortress down and get out some Heliopoli at this point. Even just spamming more Colossus wouldn't be a bad idea either, as Hagrid is still trying to spam those units. He's got 134 of 145 population, not opting to move through it at all. Back into that underworld passage. It's going down very, very fast. And if Hagrid he's opting to go through it, but it's very close to dying, and there's no reinforcements if he does lose it here. And the Bellerophon needs to just consistently click on the Son of Osiris. You see the Hoplite's going for the town center. It's got no upgrades here. Bellerophon coming in, going to be doing his jumpy move, and nice micro from Mage yet again to dodge that damage there. But Bellerophon's dodging the arrow fire as well, as the Hoplites are able to tear this town center down just so awfully fast, because they are Zeus Hoplites, because they got iron weapons. And there's the Son of Osiris still doing everything, and Mage says GG, taps out, and that is a game win for Hagrid. What a strategy there. What an absolute beautiful, beautiful strategy from Hagrid, going for the 2-town center Athena. Fast mythic, going for that underworld attack into this location that seemed so very, very safe, but Restoration made it not safe at all. The Colossus tore everything else down with the Migdol Stronghold going down. Mage almost defended it, but then the follow-up with the Forge of Olympus was just so absolutely beautiful. And then once all those upgrades are in, 52% hack armor means that this Son of Osiris is really only doing 30 hack damage. It's like nothing to these hoplites that have 166 HP. So stay alive for so much longer, do so much more damage, and Hagrid takes the second game. We've got a third game for you coming very soon. If you guys are enjoying the content, please consider hitting the follow button on the Twitch. If you are watching on the YouTubes, however, I would love a subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next game.